Finally, it happened. The moment the world never thought would come. After years of secrecy, endless speculation, and royal denials, Princess Leonor of Spain has finally said, I do, in a breathtaking royal wedding, and not in Spain or Denmark, but in Sweden. Yes, Sweden. The royal surprise that stunned Europe and left both Spain and the rest of the world speechless. Because no one expected this. After months of rumors about a wedding in Madrid, whispers of Copenhagen, and even hidden plans in Majorca, Leonor shocked everyone by choosing Stockholm, a neutral royal ground, symbolic, elegant, and steeped in centuries of tradition. And as the world watches live, the young future Queen of Spain stands beneath the crystal chandeliers of Stockholm's royal chapel, marrying not just for duty, but for destiny. How did this happen? Why Sweden? And why now? Let's go back to the beginning. For years, Princess Leonor's personal life has been one of the most guarded secrets in Europe. Every appearance, every word, every public gesture, carefully managed under the tight eye of Spain's monarchy. She was trained for leadership, not romance. But love has a way of finding its own path, even in the halls of royal power. And that path has now led her here, to a royal wedding that is already being called the most surprising royal event of the decade. As dawn broke over Stockholm this morning, royal watchers noticed something unusual: heavy security around the palace grounds, media crews gathering quietly, and Scandinavian royal staff dressed in full ceremonial attire. Minutes later, an announcement from Zarzuela Palace confirmed the unthinkable. Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor of Spain will be married today in a private royal ceremony hosted by the Swedish royal family. Within seconds, every major news outlet across Europe went live. Spain froze. Denmark paused. And the world's cameras turned north. Inside the chapel, the atmosphere was electric. The Swedish royal family, led by King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Sylvia, welcomed guests from across Europe. The Spanish royal delegation arrived discreetly. Queen Letizia, poised but visibly emotional. King Felipe, walking beside his daughter with quiet pride and a trace of nostalgia. And then, the doors opened. Princess Leonor stepped in, and time seemed to stop. Her gown, a masterpiece blending Spanish embroidery with Swedish silk, shimmered under candlelight. The design was symbolic, fusing the cultures of two kingdoms that had never before shared a royal union. Her train, long and graceful, was embroidered with tiny golden stars, representing hope, unity, and destiny. As she walked down the aisle, the choir softly sang a Spanish hymn, echoing through the ancient hall. Guests wept. Cameras flashed. But Leonor's eyes never left the man waiting for her at the altar. And yes, it's true, it's him. Prince Christian of Denmark. Months after their rumored breakup, after supposed tension between their families, the truth emerged at last: their love never ended. It only went underground, away from the world's glare, until they could finally marry on their own terms. And today, under Sweden's royal blessing, they did. When the officiant spoke the words, "Do you take this person to be your lawfully wedded partner?" Leonor's voice trembled, but not with fear. With strength. She said, "I do," in Spanish, followed by, "Ja," in Danish. The perfect fusion of her two worlds. Prince Christian responded with a soft smile, his reply echoing through the chapel: "For love, for loyalty, for life." That moment, those 6 words, have already gone viral across every social platform in Europe. But let's pause. Why Sweden? Why here, and not in their homelands? Royal insiders reveal that Sweden was chosen as the neutral heart of this union, a place where both families could meet without political weight. Spain's monarchy, facing growing Republican pressure, feared public protests at a Spanish wedding. Denmark, proud but cautious, wanted privacy for their heir. Sweden, with its history of quiet diplomacy, became the perfect bridge. It was also symbolic. Sweden's royal family, modern, balanced, respected, represents the kind of monarchy Leonor wants to build: dignified, human, and progressive. But not everyone is celebrating. In Madrid, reactions are mixed. Supporters cheer for Leonor's courage to follow her heart. Critics accuse her of breaking royal tradition. Newspapers debate whether this Swedish surprise is a sign of independence or rebellion. Inside Zarzuela Palace, tension is real. King Felipe, though deeply proud, reportedly struggled with the secrecy. He was told of the final location just 48 hours before the event. Queen Letizia, ever the modernist, stood firmly by her daughter, insisting that Leonor deserved the right to live freely, even as a queen in waiting. And in Copenhagen, whispers spread through the Danish court. Some advisors worried about the optics, the heir to Denmark marrying abroad, away from Danish soil. But Queen Mary, who herself was once an outsider, reportedly said, "Love doesn't need borders." Those words became the theme of the day. As the ceremony ended, the royal couple emerged onto the palace balcony, hand in hand, radiant, waving to the crowd below. Snowflakes drifted softly in the air, glistening like confetti. The moment felt almost cinematic, yet utterly real. Spain watched in stunned silence. Denmark in pride. And Sweden, in quiet triumph, having just hosted a royal event that will be remembered for generations. The crowd outside chanted their names. Bells rang across Stockholm. And in that sound, a new royal chapter was written. But beyond the celebration lies a question the world can't stop asking: what happens now? Will Leonor remain based in Spain as its future queen? Will Christian balance his role as Denmark's heir while supporting her reign? Or are they preparing for something entirely new, a shared, symbolic monarchy that bridges nations? Royal historians call it unprecedented, the first potential dual-heir alliance of modern Europe. It challenges every constitutional rule, every royal expectation. But it also excites millions who see in them a reflection of something long missing from monarchy: authenticity. They aren't just royal figures. They are two young people, raised under duty, united by choice. And this moment, this wedding in Sweden, has proven one thing: love has outgrown protocol. As the evening falls, the royal banquet begins inside Stockholm Palace. The guest list is extraordinary: representatives from Spain, Denmark, Norway, the UK, and even Monaco. Speeches are heartfelt. Toasts are emotional. Cameras capture the subtle gestures: Leonor resting her hand gently on Christian's arm, King Felipe smiling across the table, Queen Sylvia whispering to Queen Letizia. It feels like the closing of one royal era, and the beginning of another. Because today isn't just about vows. It's about transformation. Princess Leonor's wedding, live from Sweden, has become the defining symbol of modern royalty. A monarchy that bends, not breaks. A generation that leads with heart. And as the lights of Stockholm shimmer across the water, one truth remains undeniable: this isn't a story of rebellion or scandal. It's a story of evolution. A young princess, standing in her truth. A prince, standing by her side. And two nations, watching history being written in real time. When future generations look back at this day, the day royalty broke its own silence, they'll remember not the location, not the titles, but the courage. Because finally, it happened. The royal wedding that no one saw coming, and the love story that changed everything. And as the final notes of the orchestra fade into the Swedish night, one thing is clear: this isn't the end of the story. It's only the beginning.